Good morning. It's terrific Tuesday. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we will talk about. Bristol-Myers will buy a MyoKardia, ESG funds strong performance, and RBA meeting and what to expect. US stocks gained the most in almost 4 weeks on Trump's spending release and optimism that White House and Democrats will reach a stimulus deal. All three major indexes jumped at least 1.7%, with tech, energy, and healthcare the best performing sectors. Treasuries plunged though. The 10-year yields were up almost 8 basis points to around 0.78. The dollar declined against every G10 peer, save the yen, as some risk appetite returned. WTI spiked more than 6%, while gold also advanced. Asian equity futures are all pointing to a higher opening. On the economic data front, the US services posted a steady increase last month, marking its fourth straight month of gains after large contractions in April and May. In other markets, the Euro Stock 600 rose about 0.8%. Major Asian stock markets also rallied by the close of trading. Japan was up about 1.2%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng was up about 1.3%. China's Shanghai Composite Index remains closed for a holiday. In equity news, Bristol-Myers will buy MyoKardia for $13.1 billion. The all-cash deal snags MyoKardia's promising experimental heart drug, which if approved will allow Bristol to lessen its reliance on cancer therapies. Bristol will pay about $225 a share, a 61% premium to Friday's close. Shares in MyoKardia jumped about 58% after this news. Regeneron climbed the most in more than 3 months after Trump received its antibody cocktail to treat COVID-19, the ultimate validation for the company. Shares gave up some of their gains after Ali Biotech sued Regeneron, seeking royalties for the unauthorized use of a patented fluorescent protein in developing the experimental treatment. Movie theatre stocks fell after Cineworld decided to temporarily suspend operations at all its American and British movie theatres, the latest sign of how pandemic-related film delays are ravaging the industry. Cineworld dropped about 36%, AMC fell about 11%, and Cinemark was down about 17%. On ESG-related investments, the global green bond market surpassed $1 trillion in total issuances after a record surge of sales in September. Sales of environmentally friendly securities surpassed $200 billion in 2020. US ESG-related funds have returned about 10% on average this year, compared with 5.1% for the S&P 500 and 6.2% for the Russell 1000 index. Morgan Stanley's Global Opportunity Portfolio Fund is among the leading ESG-focused US mutual funds in 2020, delivering a total return of 38%. So ESG is actually becoming a driver for returns rather than a nice-to-have statement in the annual report. Lastly, on the FX side, Euro broke the upper bound for last week's trading range on back of upwardly revised Eurozone PMIs. Service sector activity was stronger than initially estimated, which drove the September Eurozone composite PMIs up to about 50.4. So while the euro is strong right now, it will be difficult for the currency to sustain its gains with the clear signs of slowdown in the recovery that we are seeing across the board. The Reserve Bank of Australia will be meeting today. The central bank is widely expected to leave interest rates unchanged. They are not open to the idea of negative rates as their peers, but data has deteriorated since the last policy meeting. Retail sales is down, with slowdown seen in manufacturing, service and construction activity. Large part of this has to do with the lockdowns in Victoria, which has lasted more than 2 months. The lockdowns have been lifted, but we won't see the impact on the economy until next month's report. Apart from the monetary policy, the government's budget will also be released in the next 24 hours, so something that we'll have to watch out for. The last time RBA met, they maintained their view that the recovery will be uneven and bumpy, but it is underway in most of Australia. Still, the central bank feels that highly accommodative monetary policy is necessary, and most of the market is of the opinion that their outlook will remain mostly unchanged this month. That's the update. Stay safe and healthy, everyone, and speak to you tomorrow.